Today is March 20th, 2024. I'm Jo Reingold, and I'm here with Margie Glazer. Hi, Margie. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Well, tell us a little bit about your background, where your family was from, whatever you know about your great-grandparents, your grandparents, your parents, where did they live, what kind of work did they do, etc.
Well, I was born in Hearn, Texas, but my family entered through Galveston. My mother's family, my grandfather and my uncle came through Galveston. My mother later came from through New York because the port had closed.
Oh, right.
And my daddy's family also came from through Galveston. And my daddy's family settled in Smithville, Texas, a little bitty hole in the ground. He was about 10 or 11 when he came. And mother was ready, they had their papers to come to the United States from Russia. And the war broke out and the borders were closed, so they had to live through World War I. And the occupation and whatever, but I remember mother saying that it was not bad at all because they spoke Yiddish and German spoke German, and so in fact, my grandmother was baking bread when they entered the community, and they told them, flee, get out and hide right away. And so Bubbo just left the bread baking, and somebody smelled the bread baking, took it out of the oven, covered it with a cloth, and came by the next day to see if everything was okay. Oh, there's my son Michael. And so anyways, she said they were, the Germans were really good to them because that was in the First World War.
Right.
But anyways, they came in and...
Do you know what city they were in, where they were living in Russia?
In Russia, mother was from a town called Kalekovich, which is in the Ukraine. Mm-hmm. And now I think it may be part of Belarus. And daddy came from a town called Slunum near Warsaw. And so, but they met here. And in fact, it was on a Armistice Day, and my uncle was working in a store in Waco, and Daddy Taylor, a little town, was closed. So he came in to see his brother, and he worked with mother, and afterwards he asked her for a date. And so they found that they had mutual friends and whatever, and so it was really nice. Mm-hmm. And but we settled from her when mother became pregnant with me. My grandmother, who lived in Waco, said, "Oh, you can't have a baby in a little bitty town. You have to come into Waco." So I was born in Waco, and then went back to Hearn, and then when I was like maybe a year and a half, they moved back to Taylor, because that was Daddy's home, and he loved it. And the Jews were really respected in this small town. They were the community leaders, and it was really growing up wonderful in a little town because, and the teachers my family had a shoe store, and the teachers would come into the store and tell mother and Daddy, "Oh, we wish every student was like Morris and Margie." Big deal.
That's a compliment, quite a compliment.
But yeah, because we didn't want to do wrong because we never wanted to disgrace our parents. We always.
In such a small town, was there any opportunity for any Jewish activities, or very limited?
There were other Jewish families from there. There were 6 or 7. Some of them, the Zidels came from Taylor, and there were Spiegels there, and there were Rosenwassers, who she never married. Mildred never married, but as I said, everybody would meet at the American Cafe for lunch or for coffee or whatever. So it was just wonderful growing up in a little town.
Was there a synagogue or any place of worship?
We went to Austin
Oh, okay.
and belonged to both the temple and the shul in Austin because, of course, we had to support them all.
So did you have any type of religious experiences? Or did you go to Sunday school?
Not really. We didn't really go to Sunday school. As I grew older, I used to teach Sunday school because I would come into Austin and have dates, and then I would teach in the Sunday school on Sunday. But my brother and I were just proud to be always pleased that we were Jewish and proud of it.
Well, that's great. So now you're, let's say, in junior high or high school. What kind of activities and things were you involved in?
If there was anything going on, we were part of it. So we tried. We had a pep squad, and ours was the first year. And I remember we had to had to all measure and have our skirts the same length, and 14 inches from the ground. Well, on me, being short, that was really funny. But and into the student body, my brother was president of the senior class, and I was always a secretary, treasurer, or in. Or a vice president or something, and it was great.
So what did you do after high school?
Where
did you find yourself?
Okay, after high school, I went to the University of Texas, met my husband. I was the D-Phi E, and I met Danny my sophomore year, and we knew that was it. And I graduated on the 30th of May and married on the 31st. I didn't even go to my graduation from college.
You were busy planning your wedding.
Busy planning. And this was when they had the tornado in Waco. And we were getting married in Waco because Danny had to enroll in TCU. And so, because he was in ROGC.
Oh, okay.
And so growing up in married life in Fort Worth was wonderful. We were in the Pepsi-Cola bottling business, and we had a couple of beer houses, and it was a good life. Right.
So he picked Fort Worth. He had a job lined up there right after college?
Danny went straight. He served in the service. He had his ROTC,
right.
Got his commission. We went to Indianapolis and then fought the Battle of Shreveport because he was a finance officer, and his job was to sign $1 million check once a month. And the guys would bring him the Wall Street Journal, salute him, and that was it. It was just great. We had a lot of family in Shreveport.
So what year, do you remember, did you come to Fort Worth after that?
We married in 53 and came to Fort Worth. Well, right when we married, then he went into the service, and then we came back to Fort Worth, and he went to work for the plant for our business. And it was a family business with uncles running it, and all the family involved in it.
Mm-hmm. Were you involved too?
What
did you do at that point?
If someone didn't show up, I would be in the office or something, but not really. I was a lady of leisure, playing mahjong and having fun.
That's good. So what kind of things did you do as a couple, as well as if you can think of anything you did by yourself in Fort Worth?
Oh, we had wonderful, wonderful friends, and we always went out with them. The Friedsons were our best friends, and Danny died very young. Danny was 59 when he died, and so my Aunt Sonia took me in I was the baby in the mahjong group, and my friends said, they raised me. And it was just great. Yeah, but I had tons and tons of friends. And in fact, one of my friends, Rosie Rosenthal, is not doing well at all right now. She's 99.
I know her, yeah.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Yeah, a real sweetheart.
Yeah. So what other kinds of things, cultural or civic, were you involved in?
Okay, well, we always had tickets, certainly, to all the symphonies. And I was involved in Children's Museum. I was a docent there, and I worked at the museum at the Kimball. Took classes at the Kimball. Loved everything. I love all the artsy stuff.
Right. Fort Worth is known for
Fort
that.
Worth is just, and it's a close community. It's so filled with love.
That's true. So what synagogue did you find yourself a member of?
We were members of both.
Okay.
Yeah, we belonged to the Temple Bethel and to Ahava Shalom, because our family had always belonged to both, and we felt it was important to support both.
Okay. And how many years did you stay in Fort Worth?
Stayed in Fort Worth. Danny died, and we were married 37 years. And then he died, and Nancy had already moved to Atlanta. And I think she may have been in Chicago before then, and then she moved to Atlanta. And Michael was here, and every time I would get sick, of course, he'd have to come into Fort Worth, and he finally, after the last bout with a kidney stone, he says, "Okay, kid, you're either moving to Dallas or you have the kidney stone on your own." So I moved into the Bonaventure. And when I moved in, I found I went to college with half the people there. And they said right away, "Do you like classes?" I said, "Yes, I adore classes." "Do you play mahjong?" "Yes." "Do you play bridge?" "Yes." So I was involved. Michael said, "For 2 weeks, Mom, I'm going to give you my undivided attention. And you call me any minute. I mean, I want," and he said after the first 10 minutes, he said, "Mother, you don't need me."
You settled in fine.
I was great, yeah.
Yeah. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there, and I'm still taking classes. I take classes at Collin Creek Community College, their SAIL program, and I love it. I adore it. And, like I said, I play mahjong, play bridge, go to lectures, go to the museum, do all sorts of stuff.
It's wonderful.
Pretty active.
So you really got involved here.
Yeah, really, I love it. Yeah.
No regrets.
No regrets.
That coming.
No, but of course I miss all my friends in Fort Worth. But unfortunately, they're gone. So many of them are gone.
Right, but you made new ones here.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, Rabbi sure used to say, "Make new friends, but keep the old ones."
That's true.
Always, always.
So I wanted to ask you, if through the years, if you had anybody that you would consider your mentor.
Well, I would say maybe Rosie, because my mother always, I mean, because she was strong, and my dad was sick a lot, and Mother was really the strong person in our family, and ran the store and would go, wherever he had surgery in Galveston or wherever, she was there. And then my brother and I would run the store after school. I mean, typical little Jewish kids in a little town.
Did they stay there the rest of their lives?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't move.
Yeah, no, all of us.
Yeah, I was just wondering if they decided to come up this way or just stayed there.
No, they stayed in Fort Worth.
Okay. So besides a mentor, do you have anything special that you can think of that you were really proud of, that you worked on, a project or an activity or some event that you helped with that stands out?
I used to volunteer a lot at Cook's Children's Hospital, and I remember one day I would provide food, and while their family was, in ICU or whatever, I would talk to them and visit with them. And when I walked in, everyone says, "Oh, here's our little ray of sunshine," which really made me proud. But I loved it. I mean, it was just a part of me.
Do you find that you want to, or have you been doing any volunteer work here?
I have. I'm trying to think what I did. I've done stuff at the temple, whatever they've needed.
Right.
And worked, stuffing envelopes or doing whatever I could. I just really loved it.
Okay. So tell me, how many years have you been here now?
I've been here about maybe 17 or 18 years
Well,
already.
That's a while.
And, yeah, at the Bonaventure.
Yeah.
And, as I said, I love it. It's just great.
So since the time that you got here, since you're not quite a native, but you were nearby, since the time you got to Dallas till now, tell us what you've seen, some of the changes of the city, Jewishly, communally, civically, whatever.
Well, of course it's grown and grown and grown, but I think it's not like Fort Worth. Fort Worth was really smaller, therefore closer, and if you're a native, I mean, my husband was a native, so we kind of stuck with either the husband or the wife was part of it. But I have just enjoyed everything in Dallas and seen the changes in government and all the changes that are taking place in the world.
Right.
I've been there a long time.
Yeah, right. Any final words you want to tell us?
Yeah, well, I wanted to tell an interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
My cousins are genealogists,
Oh.
and have looked up family history, and the name my great-great-great-great-grandfather, this is from the 1600s, was a brewer, and the commissar said, "Take my name," and so his name was Komisarchik. In Russia, when they came in, they changed it to Commissar, son to Comer, and whatever. And I was at Temple for Friday night services, and they brought a cantor in from New York, and his name was Commissar. And I came up to him and I said, "Is your family from Russia?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Are they from Kalankovich?" He almost popped. We found out we're cousins.
Oh, wow.
It was just amazing from this commissar. And they said anyone named Commissar, Camisar is related.
Oh, wow.
And I have my family, as I said, settled in Hamilton when they came through. And there's a lot of history, things in Hamilton. My cousins gave the land for the school and gave the land for the hospital and everything.
Oh, wow.
I'm proud of my family.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
It's a good one.
I love genealogy. It's just really
Yeah.
something. You learn a lot.
They're really into it.
Mhm. That's terrific.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And continue enjoying your stay and your life in the Bonaventure. That's
Thank
wonderful.
you, darling.